people. In today's episode, we are discussing a topic that is highly relevant for students, parents, educators. Study abroad changing trends. Over the last few years, global education has seen major shifts in students' decision making, destination preferences, visa policies, career outcomes, and return on investments. Understanding these changes is essential for everyone's planning an international education journey today. To help us understand these evolving trends, we are joined by Ms. Sayali Khandetod, Center Manager at ASAC with over 12 years of experience in study abroad field and extensive exposure to changing students' aspiration and global opportunities. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Samiksha.
So, ma'am, now let's discuss our questions.
Sure.
Okay. So, ma'am, what major changes have you noticed among Indian study abroad aspirants in the last 3 years?
Okay, I would definitely say that yes, there has been certain changes with the Indian study abroad aspirants. Mainly, the changes are related to their mindset or say basically the opportunities that they are looking for and their decision making patterns also. So, the most important change that I have noticed is that nowadays students are more ambitious. I mean, they are more like purpose oriented also, they are more clarity also they have with their mindsets. So, like earlier if you see, students were of the opinion that when they used to finalize upon any particular destination, it was more related towards the prestigious part or say towards the reputation. But now they are having more practical sort of questions. Ki if I am investing a certain amount for my degree, what is going to be the end-to-end cost factor? What return on investment I would be getting or what would be the employment opportunities over there? So that definitely makes that the students are getting more matured enough these days. Secondly, we can say that they are definitely having a very strong research behavior. Like students, they come down with lot many information nowadays. Now particularly it's not necessary that every time the information is like appropriate or so. I have even seen that students are getting more confused also because of this overloaded information, but yes, that is definitely a change we can say. Third thing, there has been a change related to the destination preferences and the program preferences, because initially students just used to prefer only the traditional countries, but now they are more inclined towards the destination which can provide them a perfect balance about the quality education, about the affordability also, and about the post-study work visas also. So definitely some new emerging destinations are there. Even related to the programs also, rather than just going with the conventional degrees, they are more focused towards having a career focused and interdisciplinary related programs. So students are pretty like informative we can say these days. And lastly but not important, like not the least one, but it's important that the students are following a perfect timelines these days. So they are knowing, they are very well aware what they exactly want to do with their careers, and that's why they are starting the procedures quite early. So this places them into a good position for doing the procedures in timely manners. So students are definitely having a high level of maturity and decisions are more driven, they are more like grounded and practical oriented we can say.
Okay. And ma'am, which destinations are more popular right now?
I think that's a very important question, because destinations, obviously the traditional destinations we can say, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, they are always in demand we can say, because they definitely offer a perfect balance of diverse programs also, quality education, you definitely get an extensive alumni network over there. But the most important thing nowadays to consider is that students are looking for destinations which are gaining more momentum in terms of the career growth. So particularly countries like Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, even some of the Nordic nations, they are getting popular. We can say mainly the students are having preference ki particularly like say Germany, if we say, so Germany is known for offering low or no tuition fee waiver, like they do get a tuition waivers at the public universities, and moreover the country has very strong industrial ties also. So that's why that's an emerging destination. Ireland, more probably you can say it's providing a competitive edge when it comes to technology and business oriented courses. Most of the say global tech firms also, they are getting established into Ireland. Same thing for Netherlands, we can say that they are known for offering English taught programs, and even their research quality is on a higher end. So that's why these countries are definitely getting popular. More to this, we can say within the traditional countries also, country like Australia, it is definitely on a very popular note because that's a country which is providing a very clear indication about the post-study work visa norms, and that is something which students are more interested these days. So Australia is also a better option. Apart from this, non-traditional countries like Singapore or Japan, even they are getting popular based upon the innovation and technology driven programs that they are offering.
Okay. Ma'am, and what do you think, which study program are more in demand today?
Okay, so as we say ki like destination is important, same thing goes with the program also, but nowadays you can say ki having a particular degree or a program is not just a mere the title of the degree, but rather students are considering ki what skills they would be achieving or what would be the long term employment like outcome that they would be getting from. So mainly I feel ki the popular courses, they are categorized into three parts particularly. The most important one is obviously STEM and technology driven programs. Now also programs like computer science, data science, artificial learning, machine learning particularly, then cyber security. These programs are definitely on the top list, we can say, because they have always like offered the highest salary range, we can say. But along with that, we can say that nowadays students are more inclined towards going with a combination of programs, particularly the hybrid programs giving technology and management both the options. So you can have major students going for engineering management, project management related programs as well. Second category would be related to business management and professional studies. Now obviously management studies have always been popular, but now the trend has shifted ki rather than just focusing on a plain MBA or BBA degree, students are planning to go for programs like marketing technology, business analytics, finance with fintech option, supply chain management or operations and research, which will basically have the core business skills along with the technical diversification also. So that's the second category we can say. Third thing, they are more inclined towards specialized or even career oriented programs rather than say just following the traditional program options. They are even interested to go with the career driven programs like healthcare administration, public health, even programs like UI UX design or say cyber security. Even these courses are getting into demand. So that would be the third category I would say. And lastly but not the least, again a creative side, creative arts is something which students are looking for. So programs like digital media, creative technology, even they are getting momentum, particularly for the students who want to inculcate creative skills along with the technical competency.
Okay. And ma'am, how strongly do cost of education and ROI influence decisions?
Strongly as I would rather say ki cost of education and ROI, that are the main pillars these days for study abroad in like journey basically. Because when we calculate about the total cost of education, it includes your tuition fee, living expenses, even the currency fluctuations also, and that is definitely going to hamper the destination preference. So more or less students do tend to prefer programs wherein the program duration would be of a lesser duration and that would be more affordable. So particularly in certain parts of Europe or UK, which are mainly known for offering 1-year programs, students are getting more attracted. Moreover, you can say ki lesser duration programs definitely involves lesser like living cost also and much more a quicker entry into the job market. So which is definitely going to impact on the ROI. But same time we can say ki from a traditional country like Australia particularly, although it has a high living cost or say overall high cost, but still it remains a very popular one because as I mentioned, it is giving you a very clear post-study work clarity. So if you are getting an option of staying of 2 or 3 years post completion of your study, definitely that is going to impact your decision of study abroad. So I would say ki yes, cost and ROI, they just don't like influence the decision, but rather they completely shape your study abroad the overall decision itself.
Okay. And what major challenges are study abroad aspirants facing today?
Okay, so major challenges as in you can say ki challenges were earlier also, but now they are completely having somewhat different thing because procedures are getting complicated and even the competition it is rising on day by day note. So the most important thing is obviously the information overload, because as the students are getting lot many information from different social media, websites, so as it is creating confusion, basically as a counselor I personally feel that that's the most important challenge we need to face, and we need to answer the students appropriately. So the students are like they want the information, but they want the verified insights these days. That's the most important part we can say. Second thing is the rising cost, obviously. So tuition fees, living cost and the currency fluctuations, they are increasing day by day, and definitely that is creating a stressful situation for the students and the parents. Moreover, we can say ki uncertainty about the visa rules, about the regulations, even that is hammering the decision of study abroad, because particularly the post-study work visa norms, the documentation which is required for it, these things are pretty big, getting complicated these days. So that's an important factor we can say. And most important part is ki now, although we are considering all these things from study abroad point of view, but students are even confused ki exactly what career options they would be getting in India also. So even that way they are not clear. So we can say ki if you look out for opportunities, it's available in India also, it's available in abroad also. Same time, challenges you need to face for both the ends. So as of now, the major challenge is not the lack of opportunity, but how wisely the student would be taking all these things further is more important.
Okay. And ma'am, with AI tools available, is it easier for students to manage the process independently?
See, AI is definitely a very powerful support tool, but I don't think it is going to replace the guidance that one actually needs for this decision. Because the thing is ki AI can be definitely used for the initial research. Students can use it for say shortlisting of the countries, universities. They can even understand what are the basic eligibility criteria. They can even use it for drafting the SOPs or so. But what I personally feel is study abroad destination is a very highly contextual matter. So AI will offer you the information only based upon the general patterns. But against to that, this is a decision which is more informed about one's personal academic background, your financial background, and it's more related to what exactly are the long-term goals and aspirations of the student and the family. So I do think even these minute things, they are definitely going to make a very big impact, and AI particularly lags into this. So that's why it's a bit a challenge we can say. Secondly, the major challenge is overconfidence also, because there are certain students who feel that if they are using AI, they don't need any validation. But again, that is not the case. If you just rely on AI, you would be definitely missing out on deadlines, or whatever documentation that you would be providing, it might not align with the exact university requirements. So what I would suggest is that students can definitely use AI, but use it for the initial research purpose. AI is something which is not going to replace the experience-based judgment. And when you want to have a particular decision, particularly something which is related to your career, going to a person or a consultancy having years of experience is definitely going to be much beneficial in this case.
Thank you, ma'am. That really gives our listeners a clear understanding of how the study abroad environment is evolving. Now, to make things a little quicker and more interactive, let's move to our rapid fire round, where we get short, crisp answers to the most common questions and debates we see today.
Definitely.
So, can I start it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, first question, study abroad today, opportunity or calculated risk?
Calculated risk.
More options, advantages or confusion?
Advantages.
Aspirational choices or informed choices?
Aspirational choices.
Okay. Country preference, policy or prestige?
Policy.
Universities, more or less competitive today?
More competitive.
Social media, awareness or noise?
Awareness.
Is expert guidance needed?
Obviously.
Yeah, are inquiries clear or more confused today?
More confused.
Do parents play an important role?
Yes, definitely.
Is study abroad possible for everyone or
Yes.
only the wealthy?
No, it's possible for everyone.
Okay, that was very insightful rapid fire session and clearly reflects the realities of today's study abroad landscape. Thank you for being part of today's session and for sharing your valuable insights and changing study abroad trends. This will surely help students and parents make more informed and realistic decisions. This brings us to the end of today's episode. We will meet you again in the next episode with another important topic. See you soon.